Brianna, Alexandra Maitland, was barely 17 years old when her car was discovered abandoned, headlights still blazing, partially embedded in an old, dilapidated barn. It was around 1:15 a.m. on March 19, 2004, on a remote Vermont road. Yet inside her green 1985 Oldsmobile 88, there was no trace of Brianna, a mystery that would devastate an entire family and captivate a nation for over 20 years. Let's rewind. Brianna was born on October 8, 1986, in Burlington, Vermont, the younger of two siblings. Her parents, Bruce and Kelly, balanced farm work, carpentry projects, and crafting goat cheese sold at local markets. Even as a child, Brianna radiated charisma. Childhood photos depict a smiling girl with high cheekbones, oversized boots on her feet, drawn to barns and hay bales, as if adventure already awaited her along Vermont's winding roads. She grew up surrounded by maple trees and early snowstorms, chopping wood with an axe, learning constellations, and devouring superhero comics found at garage sales. At night, she'd stick fluorescent Post-its on a world map, dreaming of Seattle, Austin, or Montreal. At Montgomery Elementary School, teachers noted her dry humor, sharp wit, natural curiosity, and knack for improvising bandages for classmates scraped at recess. Friends remembered her as someone who would fiercely defend anyone being bullied, stepping in with quiet bravery. Adolescence awakened a deep yearning for freedom in Brianna. At 13, she dyed her hair with turquoise streaks, discovered Nirvana riffs, and filled notebooks with poems inspired by the call of the open road. When her best friend moved to Burlington and sent nighttime Polaroids of bright shop windows, rural life suddenly felt too small for her dreams. To channel her restlessness, she joined a jiu-jitsu club, fascinated by the gentle yet disciplined art form, even winning several local competitions without ever officially pursuing a black belt. Her instructors praised her innate talent and humility, noting she never boasted about her skills. In high school, determined to experience something new, she transferred first to Missisquoi Valley Union High School, then to Enosburg Falls High School, each about 20 miles from her family farm. Each morning, long before sunrise, she started up her old Oldsmobile, blasting punk radio, a thermos of hot chocolate between her knees. Despite the lengthy commutes, Brianna still found energy to help classmates rehearse Shakespeare or explain fractions to younger students. Guidance counselors admired this bright student, who nonetheless doodled mosh pit scenes in the margins of her notebooks. She often confided in friends that she felt destined for more, that small-town life was a temporary stop on a much larger journey. Brianna also held various jobs to fund her dreams of independence. At a cafe in Richford, she served muffins and doodled cats on regulars' coffee cups. At the Black Lantern Inn in Montgomery, a cozy, cinnamon-scented inn with dark walls, she alternated between waiting tables and kitchen assistants. She often drove home late at night alone, music blaring, crossing dark, deserted roads. Her tips filled a cow-shaped piggy bank intended for a future apartment in Burlington. Colleagues recalled her kindness and reliability, describing her as someone who brightened long shifts with her laughter. On Thursday, March 18, 2004, everything seemed perfect. Brianna passed her GED exam in Enosburg Falls and celebrated with her mother over giant pancakes, chatting excitedly about her future hair salon with fuchsia walls. Afterward, she quickly stopped by the farm, petted her horse, Comet, slipped into her freshly ironed black uniform, grabbed her usual energy drink and a pack of mint chewing gum, and headed off to work. The evening at the Black Lantern Inn was routine. A dozen patrons, an impromptu birthday cake, and a guest playfully teasing a coworker's Quebecois accent. At 11:20 p.m., service complete, tables cleaned, and cash register balanced, Brianna stepped outside, breathed the cold air, climbed into her car, queued up Melancholy by the Smashing Pumpkins, and pulled out of the parking lot. But she never made it home. One witness reported seeing her around 11:30 p.m. near a gas station, but this account remains uncertain. At 1:15 a.m., a motorist spotted Brianna's car, headlights still on, backed into the old Dutchburn barn along Route 118. Another driver stopped shortly afterward, noted the deployed airbags and stalled engine, and immediately alerted police. Inside the car, the door slightly ajar, rock music playing on the radio, 2 uncashed paychecks, a taco receipt, a jiu-jitsu kimono, an opened energy drink, drawing pencils, and horse feed in the trunk. There were no obvious signs of violence, no clear fingerprints, but footprints led toward the road before vanishing into the snow. The investigation intensified. Vague witness statements, intensive searches, tracking dogs, helicopters, psychics, and leads involving local drug dealers. 3 main theories emerged: an accident followed by tragedy, an opportunistic crime, or a conflict linked to minor drug deaths. Despite media coverage, America's Most Wanted disappeared. Advanced DNA analysis, hundreds of leads, and extensive searches, the mystery endures. Today, 21 years after her disappearance, Bruce still hands out flyers at the Stowe Festival, while Kelly plants a sunflower every October 8th. Drivers slow down along Route 118 when passing the barn, now marked by poignant graffiti. Where is Breezy? How can a young woman disappear without leaving a single trace? The mystery of Brianna Maitland remains, a haunting reminder that sometimes a simple detour can lead into the unknown.